8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Joy Seekers are live.
And welcome. And welcome.
Hello.
I begin to think when my video is going to freeze or carry on sort of being musical statues like I normally do. But anyway, welcome to the Funny Farm. Sunday show. Right. So, everyone in this motley crew, so I'll introduce you. Terry, Jackie, Kevin, and Marcus. Right. Right, let's have a quick say hello to everyone here. So we've got Convocation. Yep, thank you very much, Marcus. Marcus is going to translate all the names for me. Ballers Drone Seekers, which is Brian. And Jerry, who is Jerry. Who else we got here?
Fly zones are in.
And Whiskey Jack J, that is
Sergio.
Jay, I hope. Oh, I've got one here. Recovery 1 drone. Anyone know?
No.
Yeah, we do. I can't remember.
Oh, sorry, we don't know. Anyway, Hello. That's Mikey.
Yeah.
And Lauren.
And we got Sally in. Sally, my
Sally.
T-shirt still hasn't arrived. I'm still
Still hasn't
wearing
arrived.
it.
What is going on?
I don't know. Well, it's
This
fine.
is street shirts. Sort
Big
you like
voucher coming. Big voucher.
Yeah, I got the email saying it'll arrive tomorrow. That was 2 weeks ago. But
hello, all. As he was Shane or someone else.
No, that's me.
Is it you?
Look, I got it on my laptop.
Oh, Marcus, look. He's my brother from another mother.
Indeed.
Come on, Marcus. Who is it?
Recovery 1 Jones. Oh, we know. Come on, who is it? I can't
He's
remember.
his brother from another mother.
Well, we're not going to carry on until you tell me your name. I know that must be Peter.
Peter!
Not another one.
I've
that
only
one
got
then?
one phone tonight. I don't know where the other one is.
Drone News Media. And I've forgotten the name again, but I want to carry on. I am going to write these down one of these days. I tell you, you're not going to get me forever. Well,
Yeah.
Crawford stick together.
Oh, it's not. Is it your brother?
From another mother.
No, it's I had the name.
Yeah,
It's not Marcus. It's not Marcus.
yeah. He's in California. I'm trying to remember his first name, but his last name is Crawford.
Oh, wow. No relation.
I know, Mr. Crawford.
He's Alan.
Mr.
Drone
Crawford.
News Media
Hang
is
on.
Alan.
I gotta get back to the Facebook.
John's here. Alan. That's it. Alan. Drone
Hi,
News
Alan.
Media. Alan. Right, Alan. No, it's not Terry. Not Terry Crawford.
Oh, wait. Someone's got swollen batteries. Where is it?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Mike.
it's Alan.
Where's this? What's this? Swollen battery? Oh,
Who's got swollen batteries?
Alan.
Alan.
2 of my Mini 2 batteries. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you'd been looking at my speedos.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
No, that isn't good.
Well, it was the first one. Have we heard of Mini 2 batteries being swollen for? No?
No.
Not Mini 2. Mavic 2.
Yeah.
Oh, Gary. There's Mike.
No, Mike.
Anyway.
Right. Chuck Crawford. No?
Chuck.
No,
Chuck.
that's Chuck. That's Chuck.
We're now friends on Facebook, me and you.
Flying in the heat will do that.
Over. I love his
Oh, yeah.
logo with the K.
Right. That's it. There we are.
What?
Draymond.
Raymond.
Yeah, eventually, well done, Graham. I'm glad someone told us we'll be here all night, wasn't we? Anyway, We better bring out special.
We've started taking cool boxes with us. Battery problem.
Yeah. I thought we were saying cool to keep the drinks cool. So the battery, just keep the drinks cool.
Yeah.
Right.
£2,000 worth of new drone. I'd rather keep the batteries cool.
So should we bring our special guest
A
on?
couple of beers in there as well.
Special guest on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Tell me what you said.
Let's welcome this week's Drone Seekers live show special guest.
All the way from Australia, it's
Ross.
Good day, mate.
Thanks, people.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I meant to have said. Good day, Ross.
Hey,
No, mate.
Ross, you don't know how relieved I'm at. As the only American on this panel, I am so relieved that there's somebody from Australia that they can pay.
Yeah, from the land down under.
What time is it there, Ross?
I know the answer to that.
Just after 5 a.m.
Oh.
God, I congratulate you for that.
And
Mikey!
What's that? What do they call it? Sparrow's
And-
Farm.
it's Monday morning. Ross
It's very
has got
cold,
a time.
yeah.
He's a,
Oh, yeah. It's a whole day ahead of us.
so
Wow.
what's it like? What's Monday like then, Ross? Any good? Or shall I stay in bed?
It's still the weekend.
Well, it's a day of work, but I mean, weather-wise, there's not a cloud in the sky. There's a full moon out there, so it's lovely.
Lovely.
Hey, what's this? Lauren says jokes of the week are he's Terry Kell. Oh no!
Hysterical.
Oh, he's Terry Cool.
Hysterical.
Very cool.
Oh, I'm real on that, Lauren.
I have a good one for you this week, Lauren. I do have a good one. But I'm not going to go in the pool and I'm not going to wear Speedos or budgie smugglers or whatever.
I've never heard that one before. Buggy smugglers. That's a new one.
It was in reference to the weather.
Yeah. Okay.
I did hear that and I thought, Marcus, how could you? A man of my stature.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I think the budgie smugglers is an Australian colloquialism.
Yeah, it is.
Mikey said, Terry, that he actually missed you last week.
Oh, I like Mikey. Mikey's a good one.
Do we miss Terry last week?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yes.
Hell yes.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't think, Ken, no. That's why I send you a video, see, to make sure that you realise or remember who I am.
Was your seat kept warm?
Not allowed any more weeks off.
Because
I'm off next week.
No.
We got another barbecue.
I don't know, Steve. You just can't get the staff these days, can you?
who's that? Who's Terry?
Who's Terry?
Oh,
that's nice.
Anyway, where was we? Oh yeah. Gary said it. Look, welcome Ross.
Yeah, come on, show us a Ross video. We love Ross videos.
So Ross sent me some videos. I chose some videos, but Ross said that he preferred this one. But I prefer all of them. Actually, I like Ross's videos, and Ross he doesn't use a DJI drone, do you, Ross? Ross, tell him show him what you use. Now look at this. Look.
Oh, Gary's friend.
Evo 2.
So Gary,
like that.
Mr. Lee,
I like the colour.
Together with this.
Where is it? Down there.
Oh, you got one of the. Yeah, that's right. You do. One of the smart.
And look at that. It comes with a 26-inch television.
Well, more importantly, and I'm sure this is important in Australia, 2,000 nits brightness, right, Ross?
Yeah.
Oh,
2000.
nice.
Wow, that is. Is it really that bright, Ross?
It's unbelievable. You can have full sunshine straight into it, and
Yeah.
you can see it
So
as
clear.
clear as a bell.
What price do they go, Ross?
We need that for Spain.
Yeah, what sort of price are they?
Well, I can only tell you what they are in Australian dollars. They're about $1,500. In American dollars, they're about $11.45.
Yeah, right at 1,200. I thought, Ross, somewhere around there.
That's just for the controller, yeah.
Yeah. Here's the rub. That particular controller is kind of a one-off because of the chipset in it. Autel has changed their chipset, and even their next generation of the Evo 2 is going to have this new chipset, and that smart controller won't work with the newer drone, so they're creating a smart controller with that newer chipset. So, but they also said that like Ross, like you've bought the older one, they said that they're gonna make sure that they take care of all those people. Now, what that means, I have no idea.
I think the new CEO, what's his name? Warner.
I was trying to remember too.
He was on a live chat, and he actually said that if someone were to elect to upgrade to the V2, that he would sort out a changeover. So whether that's a small amount of money changing hands, but he said he would happily sort it out.
There's a question for you, Ross. In the chat, if I can find it. Where is it? We've got a question for Ross.
Do you have the? Have you downloaded the new update?
In answer to that query, the latest firmware update actually has a no-fly zone database, but it doesn't affect the aircrafts insofar as geofencing is concerned. So it only affects the countries where there is geofencing, like China and Japan and so on, where it's required by law. But what it does is it actually downloads a database, and it just keeps you up to date where you're flying. So if you actually were to enter a no-fly zone, it'll pop up as a prompt on the screen. That's it. You still can fly in a no-fly zone.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect. That's exactly what you want. You want that at least I would. I would want that notification to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I've flown on the boundaries of no-fly zones, and it comes up with a red prompt. You're about to approach a no-fly zone, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I'm not a commercial flyer, but the commercial flyers are able to fly in no-fly zones. They simply have to do their own due diligence prior.
Quick hello to Mr. Flyby Guy, Stephen. And how are you today?
Hey, Ross, you just got me
exquisite this evening.
I've got a question.
We've got no money. Step up and ask for money. We've got no money.
The Men in Black.
The Men in Black. The Men in Black.
So Ross, in Australia, so for instance, in the United States, if I want to fly in controlled airspace, I can get approval right on an app to fly in most situations. And it really makes it very easy. They'll limit your altitude. If you're close to an airport, they may limit you to 100 feet or 200 feet or whatever, but you can get approval, and it's very quick, very easy to do. Do you have something similar in Australia?
To be quite honest, Marcus, I can't tell you because I don't fly commercially, so I don't fly in no-fly zones. So I'm probably the wrong person to ask, Marcus.
Ask me, Marcus. I won't answer it. I'll make something up.
Yeah, that's the thing, Steve. I know you'll just make something up.
Well, yeah. Well, what did I make up? Right. The saying all drones will have geofencing in the future. No doubt. Let's face it. Anyway, let's take a look at some videos. And what one should have? I think I'll choose Ross. Sorry. No, I'll tell you what. You bet the mountain one. I've got. How many mountain ones I've got here? I've got too many.
You want Mount Mitchell?
Yeah, I think I hope this is the right one. Anyway, if not, sue me.
Too many of them.
So,
Fabulous.
sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise, Jackie.
So, did you go up with torches in the dark then?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was
Brilliant.
3. We left home at 2:30 in the morning.
Whoa,
there-
there's dedication for you.
Got there at 3:30 in the morning. It's a 6K hike, an elevation climb of, I don't know, 400 meters.
Yeah.
You got to be fit for that.
And as I was saying to Steve prior to the show starting, I inherited my mother's flat feet. So the 6K up was fine, but the 6K down. It's a very beautiful view from there.
It looks stunning.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. There was a few comments on there.
Mate, it almost makes me want to get up in the dark.
Yeah.
I was amazed by the picture quality.
Emphasise the almost.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, Ross, that music you played there, was it like from a musical, like a nondescript, no copyright music sort?
Yeah, I've subscribed to a website called audio.com. So audio.com with a double I.
Right.
And there's a lot of subscription music you can download from there.
Yeah.
So Ross, did you shoot that in 5.4 or what Autel calls 6K?
Yeah, it was the Autel 6K. Yeah.
That's
And then
why the quality
rendered-
was so good.
Rendered down to 4K.
Right.
Yeah, just saying, if anyone wants to watch these videos in high, the way Ross intended them to be, please flip over to Ross's. Your YouTube channel, Ross, is.
I'll find it and I'll put it up.
Australia Panoramas.
Oh, that's it. There you go. Yeah, so pop over because obviously Ross has got loads of videos on there, and they're all, I can't find the bad ones yet. So not that I'm looking.
I'll pay you later, Steve.
To choose one of Ross's videos to show on the show is impossible. So I found two, and then Ross said, "What about this one?" Okay.
We'll show all three.
That literally was a pre-show upload. No,
It was.
absolutely stunning videos, and we'll see more of that shortly. So I don't know what's everyone been up to anyway. Jackie, you've been out flying with no, not this week. No, loves last week. No.
Busy, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been out either, so I did some footage last Sunday of a which I haven't even looked at yet, with some footage of a tractor doing some baling.
Cool.
Filmed it with my FPV drone, believe it or not, because it's the only drone I have with me. But however, trying to get that to fly at 6.5 miles an hour, trust me, is difficult.
Well, did you fly in normal mode or in sport mode?
In normal.
Oh,
I could have gone
normal,
in sport mode, but there the hell.
I was going to say.
However, I did actually lose signal once, and I was literally about sort of 200 meters away. I lost signal, believe it or not.
Well, I found that actually. I
put the air on.
Yeah, you didn't do a Terry. I've noticed that a couple of times I've lost the video signal.
Yeah, I was quite low down though. I was very low down.
Yeah, but the aircraft stops.
Yes.
Yeah, I lost video signal.
We wanted to return to home, so I quickly cancelled the return to home.
Yeah.
Things just carried on. So, but yeah, so I shall. There will be a video out eventually. That's when I finished.
Drone though.
That's when I finished doing the one on the windmill. What's this? Steve is. Don't see anyone who's flown the drone. Is this drone seeking anyone?
What?
Cryptic.
All right, Gary, enlighten me.
Give in.
Is this drone seeking anyone who's flown? Well, Gary, have you flown a drone? Good answer, isn't it? What's this? Good afternoon. Kentucky. Jake.
Kentucky.
Jake's drone.
Hi, yeah.
Hi, Jake. I might have Gary come back.
None of you had flown this week.
Oh, I see.
Oh, no.
No.
Of course.
Oh, I did a ton of flying.
I bet Marcus has.
Marcus
Yeah,
has,
he's been
yeah.
out.
Well, I was flying like last
And
week.
And Ross.
Yeah.
Well, ain't bad, is it? I mean,
Flew on Friday.
that's 1/3 of us anyway.
No, I was out Friday and I filmed somebody's house for them. I took
Gary,
stills.
Gary, you will get yourself a drone. Get Ross will tell him. All tell. Gary loves all tell Ross.
What's the main difference between What's the difference between what are the main differences between an Autel and a DJI then?
Well, I think the
one's orange, one's grey.
The Evo 2 Pro directly compares with the Mavic 2 Pro. That's the direct competitor. But I think the key points of differentiation is interchangeable cameras, a 40-minute battery, although realistically it's about 32 minutes.
That's still good though, isn't it?
Still very.
What else? No geofencing. But to be quite honest, the 6K camera, what they call the 6K camera on the Evo 2 Pro, I mean, the video that comes out of that camera is quite astounding. It's exceptionally good quality. I mean, the downside is if you're coming from a DJI drone, you need to get used to the color science because it is a little bit different to DJI. So you have to do that transition when you're doing your editing. But to be quite honest, it's an absolute workhorse of a drone. It's super reliable.
But that looks, Ross, is whatever reason, I always think that drone is heavier than my 2 Pro. I don't know if it is. Whether it actually is.
It
body looks very.
I think the Mavic 2 Pro is, what is it, 1.1 kilo, and the Evo 2 is 1.2 kilos. I think it's a little bit heavier.
So it's not much in it then.
But the batteries are huge.
Oh wow!
Wow. So Ross, do they go in the back?
Yeah. So
yeah.
So just going to go in the
See,
back.
the one good thing what I like about batteries going in that way.
It's big, isn't it? That's
There's
right.
a hell of a job that battery would never fall out of there. Wouldn't you think
it's
about
impossible.
it?
And the other thing is if you get a swollen battery, it's not going to pop out either.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Yeah. So I think I just wish, and who knows? I think that is a thing that DJI should. Well, I mean, I've done it with the FPV drone. Well, half done it anyway because it only goes halfway.
Yeah, well, the Phantom.
They pop out of the FPV.
The Phantom 4 had the slide-in batteries.
They did.
Right.
They did. Yeah.
And that's about the same size.
And the rumor mill is that the Mavic 3 will have the pop-in, the slide-in batteries like the
that'd be good.
Which will be a great improvement.
About time they fixed that issue, really, isn't it?
Gary says you can buy one whenever own one.
All right. Who do mine belong to then?
But having said that, I still do have DJI.
Oh, he's still got a DJI as well.
Yeah.
That's a mini, isn't it?
Is that a mini or mini too?
I mean, DJI drones are fantastic to fly. The software firmware is exceptional. I mean, they are the benchmark. There's no question. And DJI are very polished drones. They are sensational. But I do enjoy the Evo as my go-to drone.
Yeah.
Well, because of the camera, right, Ross? I mean, the Evo, I just think that camera is second to none. And I don't have experience with it personally, but, I talk to a lot of people that do. The other thing that I hear, Ross, is that the flight controls are just different. Not better or worse than DJI, but it's something that you need to get used to. And I talk to guys that switch between the two, and they always say it just takes you a while to get used to the flight controls on an Autel.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a DJI flyer convert across to the Evo, for the first week they're whinging and complaining about how it flies differently.
Right.
But it's just a case of getting used to the stick movements. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
How good is the software?
If you want it to fly like a DJI, you need to have a DJI sticker on the side of it.
There you go.
Yeah.
How good is the software, Ross?
Timothy's got the right time. Well done, Timothy.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say you know how Luke as well? Yo.
Granny Bev.
Thanks.
Luke is in the house. Luke just got a mini too.
Linda.
Oh, she's gone. Nice comment from Timothy about me.
Hey, Ken had a good question for Ross.
Yeah, how good is that software with the Autel?
The software is good. I mean, look, I always keep saying DJI is the benchmark with its software. It's very good, but the interface on the Autel Explorer app is totally different, where you have drop down windows. The one from the top shows your batteries and GPS, and the one at the bottom shows all your camera settings. So it is different.
So all the information is still there, just in different places.
The one thing someone's put on there that said that the one thing that Autel don't have that DJI have problems with falling batteries.
Yeah.
That's true enough. We can't argue with that one. I mean, I've had no experience that myself, but touch wood, yeah.
One of the recent additions, Steve. One of the recent
He's not
additions.
looking, look.
He's not even looking. You'll have to watch it on replay.
Terry!
I was busy. now
No, teacher, you know what you've missed now, do you? We're not going to tell you either.
I'll get it back. I was trying to reply to Timothy to say thanks.
What did you say to them?
They just said that I've got some great FPV videos. It's still kind of a
Getting
beginner.
better all the time.
Well, Terry, if it makes you feel any better, we had a lot of humor at your expense.
Yeah. Did I have my head turned away then?
I'm talking about the price is $219. Well, I don't think the DJI one's much cheaper, to be fair.
But
Well, the other
to put that into perspective, the flight time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got 30% more flight time, and the batteries are 30% more. So to me, it's all relative.
Same.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is as well, I mean, okay, it's fine if you've got, 4 or 5 batteries for your drone, which is great, but it's the inconvenience thing. You get that dreaded message, don't you? Return to home. Come on then. Hurry up, come on. Especially when it's about 500 meters away.
Hey, Ross. We can tell. We can sure tell that Steve has been flying that FPV drone, huh? Complaining about battery flight time.
9 minutes. 9 minutes.
Yeah, if you're flying
That's
fast,
got
you
this sport
produce.
mode or something, isn't it?
He's flying in sport mode, isn't he?
Yeah, sounds like it.
I have to. It's the only way to fly an FPV drone.
More fun.
It doesn't look very good at 25 miles an hour. It's too slow, isn't it, Kev?
Oh, it does. We had some street flights with it the other day at the canyon. It really did turn out well.
I mean, considering that when you fly most DJI drones, you're flying at a maximum of 20, 25 miles an hour. When you fly the FPV drone, it seems so slow.
Yeah.
So you just have to flick the switch.
What I liked though was Kev's comment to a video that I did. It showed the versatility of the FPV drone.
I was amazed by that. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to be doing all the aerobatics and everything.
No, you don't. No,
and I love diving it. You come out of a dive, and it's so impressive. And it's
as I said last week. I mean, the thing is, I only had that drone. And I had one choice to use the FPV drone to film a track down at 6.5 miles an hour, and it did it with no problem whatsoever. And the video footage was, I haven't seen, but what I've seen of it, it's good quality, 4K. What can I expect? There you Right, anyway.
Hey, so Terry, you brought up diving with the FPV drone. I just watched a video recently of a gentleman, and I don't remember his name, in Latvia, and they had a big, tall TV tower, and he actually got fined for doing this. But with the DJI FPV drone, he went to the very top of this TV tower and then just dove straight down. It was so dramatic, and the video was just crystal clear and beautiful. It was amazing video.
Oh no, it's brilliant. You know what I've tried to do. I don't do anything like that, Marcus. I've done it over open fields and at the canyon. You know, if you bring your left stick back and put your right stick forward, you get into a dive motion.
Shake it all about.
And it cannot go. God, it does shift. And even Jackie says, "Wow, look at it going." And it does, doesn't it, Jackie?
Yeah, it does.
€60 for Mini 2 batteries. 60 Is that? Yeah.
Oh, that's Alan. He's got his swollen batteries, hasn't he?
Mind you, saying, you know, you can actually. Do you reckon the mini batteries are any cheaper? The Mavic Mini batteries are any cheaper because they fit the Mini 2, didn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, and they're lithium ion as opposed to lithium polymer. I don't know about the price, but they are heavier, so it puts you over the 200. I believe it puts you over the 250 grams with the Mini 2. But what I do like about those lithium ion batteries is you can leave them charged. You can charge them up and not worry about them.
Right, okay. Right. Let's have another one. Let's watch another one of Ross's videos. Yeah, let's do it. I can watch these all day, so be prepared. Right, here we go.
Is it just me, or did anyone else, when we went over the top of that thing, go?
Yeah.
I close my eyes. I can do it on any of these things.
That was last Tuesday. That.
You know, I'm putting the wrong banner on there. I've got some of these videos on there. I don't want to watch anymore because I can't read. But hey, you know, it was sent to try us. The There was another video that isn't one of Ross's that took this week. So I'm just going to quickly show this one if I can find it. There we go. And there's Marcus with the Skydio.
We just had to get that done.
Marcus did say, Jackie, that he's actually going to. Marcus did say that he's going to set up a competition for drone seekers, and the prize is a Skydio.
Oh, that's very good of him. Hi, nice to see you.
The first things that came to my mind were all profanities, Steve. So I had to kind of sit back a little bit.
Look, I've got no problem with that as long as I'm the only entry.
There you go.
All right. And you asked me a few weeks back, or one of you did, said if I had to choose between a FPV and a Skydio 2, what would it be?
Skydio 2, yeah.
Yep.
I would. Yeah. I've made my choice. It'd be the Skydio.
For what you do, Jackie, I agree with you because the mountain climbing and things you do, this thing would just be perfect.
That would be the
for what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, this video is not what Ross does it, but it's equally as beautiful, and he doesn't even know to show this yet, so I'm going to show it anyway.
Ooh. Wow.
Please there, Brian. Very good. Very good
That's
indeed.
really cool.
You can almost feel the cold, couldn't you?
Yeah. Not a lot makes me want to go to Scotland because it's so blooming cold, but that does.
One comment on that, and I'm sure Ross can relate to this too. Out here in the colonies, if something is 200 years old, it's really old. That was from the Middle Ages. That was from the flipping Middle Ages. I mean,
Exactly.
wow.
And a great choice of music too. That was very good.
What's this?
He can take over joke of the week.
Oh dear. Well, Gary, we'll catch you soon, mate. You take care.
All right, Gary.
See you, Gary.
Gary.
Julio from
Julio.
Julio. And Elaine and anyone else I can miss earlier on.
Elaine's lost her tripod.
Steve's here. Hi, Steve.
Elaine, yes.
Well,
And
2 weeks time, Steve. We're still counting the day. We'll be up. We'll be up. We'll be up in Yorkshire to see you. Well, yeah. Yorkshire. Yeah, we got Yorkshire.
Ask Elaine about her drone.
Yeah,
Elaine.
she found it again. Well, you found it.
I found it. She lost her drone.
Why? Where was it?
Back to my car.
Oh yes, yeah. Terry kidnapped it. He held it for ransom.
Didn't get the ransom though. I told her that I'd get
the Harry Potter. Yeah, we'll keep that for next week, Brian. Yeah, Harry Potter video.
Oh, cool. Elaine's still here. She's not gone to Ireland yet.
Who's not gone? What's that? Who?
Elaine.
Well, she said, not getting away just yet and have to quarantine from France.
France got some strict rules at the minute, haven't they?
Well, we go out on Tuesday then. Oh, we can't, can we?
No, I've got to go to the blooming dentist. Ooh, don't want to.
Well, Elaine and I can.
Well, I said if I won the lottery, she'd take half and divorce me. What you have to do is win the lottery and don't tell her.
Yeah, talking of jokes, isn't it about time for,
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Oh,
right,
this Elaine tried to steal it.
Live in the StreamYard, not in the swimming pool, as we budgies.
Not in the pool. And with no speedos.
No speedos. So I've got one thing to say.
And now it's time for Terry's Joke of the Week.
Terry.
I was debating whether to do this with just the speedos on. No. Caused too much of Aurora last week. Anyway, I got chilly. This little old lady walking down the street, dragging 2 large plastic garbage bags. One of the bags was ripped, and every once in a while a £20 note fell out onto the pavement. And there was this copper walking behind her, and he thought, that's bloody weird. So he stopped her and said, excuse me, he said, there's £20 notes falling out of that bag. Oh, really? She said, darn it. I better go back and see if I can find them. Thanks for telling me, officer. Whoa, he said, hang on, wait a minute. Where'd you get all that money from? You didn't steal it, did you? Oh, no, said the old lady. You see, my backyard is right next to a golf course. And a lot of golfers come and pee through a knot in the hole in my fence. Right onto me flowers. The garden really, it is awful now. It really does tick me off. Killing the flowers, and it just stinks. So now I thought, why not make the best of this? So now I stand behind the fence, by the knot hole, very quiet, with my hedge clippers. And every time somebody sticks his thing through my fence, I surprise him. I grab hold of it and say, okay, mate, give me 20 quid or off it comes. Well, that's it, said the policeman, laughing. Good luck. He said, oh, by the way, what's in the other bag? Well, you see, officers.
The ones who didn't have any money.
Shut up, Jackie.
No, very good.
Terry's joke of the week.
What the hell, Terry? I mean, Jesus.
That was funny.
Did you like
Oh dear, oh dear.
I won't be playing golf at that golf course.
that?
Oh dear. So Ross, what plans have you got? Where are you going? I'm guessing you sort of get out quite a bit filming, videoing. So where is your next planned journey then?
To be quite honest, I haven't taken much of the beaches lately, so I might shoot up to Noosa Heads. I don't know if you know where that is, Terry.
Whereabouts, sorry?
Noosa Heads, which is up on the Sunshine Coast.
No, I don't think so, no.
Very. So might get up there. I mean, a good friend of mine lives in the Glasshouse Mountains, so I'm always filming around there. But I might second him to come along for a drive to Noosa Heads. Beautiful.
The only
spot.
thing I remember about the Gold Coast is the girls in bikinis paying for your parking.
Yeah, it's the Gold Coast is full of bikinis and budgie smugglers, if I remember right.
I just must say that Big Mark said I won $12 and give us $6 and said see you. Oh dear, we've got loads of comedians on it this week.
Oh, nice. Good, isn't it?
And honestly, Luke just says, just want to say thank you to all the drone seekers for standing by me. I've got a few jobs in the pipeline based on the videos to put out. Thank you for all that. Watch you, very kind. Well done, Luke.
Well deserved.
Well,
Yeah, indeed.
Steve, I'll try and take some video from this new toy, which is the same as what Marcus has. See how good it is.
Oh,
Have you actually flown it yet then, Ross?
I'm sorry?
Have you actually flown that yet?
Yeah, I've flown it, but I've only taken photos so far.
Did
I
it seem
actually
okay
do
though?
find- I haven't. I've only shot in JPEGs, but I do actually find in post editing the JPEGs from that Fimi Mini are actually a lot easier to work with, even than the DJI Mini 2.
Oh, really?
You know, I think it's just the color profile and contrast profile are very good.
Yeah.
Coming out of the Fimi Mini, and that's not to say that DJI Mini 2 is not good. It's just that in the post editing process, I actually am enjoying the images from the Fimi Mini.
So I never get into the depths of processing. When I look at a photograph and think, okay, you know, I never get around to sort of tweaking them very much. I mean, what about you, Jack?
Noticed that, Steve.
You wouldn't notice that.
Just kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke, brother.
When was the last time you seen one of my pictures? What about you, Jackie? I mean, when you take a photograph, I mean, do you do much in the way of editing it, or?
Yeah, I do. I like playing around in Photoshop. With that. Do you know what? I've never taken a photo with my drone. I've only ever filmed with it.
I do screenshots from mine.
Yeah, I haven't.
They turn out
I've
beautiful.
never taken a photo with my drone.
Yeah, I'm dare say with the. Actually, yeah, I've never taken any photographs with the FPV yet. It won't go slow enough. Slow down. Everything comes out a blur.
Yeah, I would argue that is not what that FPV drone is for. However, if you're missing out, if you've got a Mavic 2 Pro with a 1-inch sensor, or a Air 2S with that 1-inch sensor, yeah, you need to be taking some pictures with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've taken pictures with a 2 Pro. I mean, it takes a great picture. It really does. I mean, you know, it's really good. But I mean, most of it, I mean, obviously from the air, but from land, I just use my phone.
No, I used it down at the salt flats. You remember, Jackie? I went down in the evening, and I did that series of HDR photographs of the sunset.
Oh yeah, I remember.
With the mini, with the zoom, and they were fabulous. Really, really good.
Cool.
Marcus, Luke wants to know, Marcus, what is your favourite sub 250 drone?
Yeah, I just saw that. Luke, I'll tell you, that's really easy for me. And that is, of course, the DJI Mini 2 by a wide margin. Now, like Ross says, the Fimi has some things going for it. It flies great. It has it's a really sporty little drone. But like Ross, I agree. I like the color profile. It does have a fair amount of vignetting. I don't know if you've seen that, Ross.
More in the video than photos.
Really shows up in the video, and then of course from my perspective, I've had a number of problems with it, but the gimbal is weak. There's no question the gimbal is weak on that drone. So.
So the Mini 2 is by hands down the best sub 250.
Not even close. Yeah. I mean, and we're waiting on that Hubsan Mini Pro. Now, I'm already a little bit put off because the price that we paid for that one, and I pre-ordered one when it first became available. I gave them money on May 7th, and we still haven't even seen hide nor hair of a drone. Now, it has a lot of features. If it can live up to everything they say, and it's got a bigger sensor on it, it on paper it looks amazing. We just need to see a drone yet to know if it's going to be any good. And one more thing,
Hubsan doesn't have a great record, do they?
Well, they don't. They don't. I'm going to say this though: the original Hubsan Zeno is still one of my favorite drones. It had a rough start, but they refined it to where it was if you put it into perspective of price, it was a pretty good drone in its day. Not so much now. And I will also say the Hubsan Zeno 2 Plus is actually a pretty darn good drone. The biggest issue with it now is lens flare. If you're anywhere where the sun is low on the horizon, and some people like lens flare, but it has a tremendous amount of lens flare. Be the biggest issue with this. So we need to see what this Hubsan drone is going to be. Well, the other thing I wanted to add is there's a ton of rumors that Autel has got a mini drone on the horizon. So we'll see. Nothing solid. They're all just rumors, but that would be interesting.
Yeah, I have seen that rumor too.
Yeah.
Brian said he takes more photographs than anything, and he does. Some Brian takes loads of photographs.
I love his tractor photos.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, they're good.
I really do. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got one more video from Ross before we run out of time, because we are running out of time fast. But never mind, we'll run late. We don't care. So, okay, right, Ross. This is one I can't even pronounce it, so I'm not going to try.
Very nice.
Even though the second video is worse because I'm only looking at thumbnails and they all look the same to me.
There was two Evos in the sky in that one, Steve.
I was going to say, how did you
So was that your Evo or someone else's?
No, a good friend of mine lives in the Glasshouse Mountains. In actual fact, when you look down on those macadamia trees, that's actually his property.
Wow.
That is pretty well.
But he has
pretty amazing stuff. It really, you know, well. There's some great things to film in Australia one of these days. Who knows? I've got so many places in the world to go to. I've got Norway, Australia, America. I've got to spend the rest of my life just going around the world.
Indeed.
Who knows? Right.
That was in the middle of nowhere. By the look of it, Ross. Was it in the middle of nowhere? That was in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, the Glasshouse Mountains is about an hour and a quarter drive north of the city of Brisbane.
Oh, right, not too bad.
But the surrounds of the Glasshouse Mountains, there's pine forest plantations and a lot of fruit growing, like pineapples, macadamias.
I've been to the Big Pineapple.
Yeah, the big pineapple.
That's near there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's long closed actually.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Wow. When I went there, I got caught in a flash flood. I had to wade back to the coach.
So, Jackie, you lived in Australia for a while, am I correct?
I lived for a little while, yeah. I went out when I was 26, came back when I was 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's good.
Where were you based, Jackie?
A place called Caloundra.
Oh, Caloundra. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's
absolutely
nice.
Beautiful there.
Kings Beach.
And Jackie, you didn't have a drone then, did you, Jackie?
No, I didn't have a drone then.
No drone.
You can look up one of my videos, Jackie. I have it. Kings Beach.
Oh, well, all right. I'll check that out.
We'll seek that and we'll feature that. So I think we can feature one of Ross's videos every week, and I'll run out. Wouldn't have to run out of videos. Ross does them quick, and we can show them. hey,
listen though, doesn't that guys like Brian and Ross, don't they give you an inferiority complex? They do me. You just feel like I'm not worthy.
You know, I always say to everyone starts from the beginner mode, and the fun of the game is taking the shots, taking the videos, and learning your editing.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
That's part of the fun, not just the fun.
We may have had this conversation before, Ross, but I mean, obviously, when you go out, I think you've told me the answers, but you go out. I mean, how much do you plan? Do you think, I'm going to do this or do this or that? Or do you just film loads of it and pick out the best bits?
You do what do you call it, like a picture book, in your head of what you want to take. But I wouldn't say it's very formal. Just
no, I always think you need at least 2 trips to a place to get a decent video of it.
Well, the thing is, if you go to wherever and you film there, when you come back, you look at the footage, you think, okay, yeah, but what I should have done is this. Well, then that's the time to go back. But the problem is a lot of these places, I mean, we're going out in 2 weeks' time, we're going up to the Peak District. But I'm not going up there twice in a week.
No, I agree. But it's like the Almadenes Canyon.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of trips there, and I've used footage from both trips.
Yeah.
And it's well worth it.
You can do that.
Actually looking at other people's videos, Terry, because it makes you realise that whatever you're doing is very one-dimensional. And you see other people's creativity.
Well, this is a fail to plan to fail.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree. One of these days, I'll remember to plan.
I do a video for my satisfaction.
Yes.
I totally for me. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, well, I'm sorry, but this is what I like to do.
Luke says,
I agree with you, Terry.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is about what you see in your own videos. I mean, you'd even look at a video and think, well, that's total rubbish, and delete it, or you think, okay, it's half decent. Yeah, and as you say, as long as you like it, that's the main thing. But it is nice for other people to actually enjoy your videos, and of course, it depends on what you're filming, doesn't it? I mean, can you film any subject to make it look good? Or maybe you can, maybe you can't.
Well, I'll tell you who could. Jackie will. Now, she will go out and she will put a different twist. We went out for a bike ride, and the next thing I know, I'm star of a bloody bike ride. You know what I mean? And you do it for your satisfaction, yes. Indeed. But you also do it because you want people to say, wow, I do like that. But primarily, it's for my satisfaction.
The other thing that's worth pointing out is that we all have different styles of video, and we all do things a little bit differently, and none of them are necessarily right or wrong. They're all good, and so, like you said, you do it for your own satisfaction, and
that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Right, on that note, it's time to go, I'm afraid. So we've got no more time. So, Ross, thanks once again for getting up being up on a Monday morning.
Fantastic in the morning.
And now
we're going to work now.
Must be about 7 o'clock now.
I'm ready to have breakfast.
Ross is going for breakfast. Mark is going to be tea. No, he's dinner, lunch. Terry's going to go for a swim.
No, I have to film a firework. There's a fireworks show. No, I'll be naked though if I do, because it's dark.
Right, thanks everyone for watching, and see you again soon. You take care, and what can I say?
Cheers, Ross.
I've lost the way out. Oh, we're on. There we are.
Joining us tonight on the Drone Seekers Sunday Show. It's good night from us until next time. Stay safe and fly safe.